When you come to wig wearing due to hair loss, it's often a lot more difficult than we think it will be. I've been wearing wigs for a little over 6 years, and while it is wonderful now, it wasn't always that way. Today I'm here to tell you about a wig that I actually loved, that helped to make my journey a little bit easier and made me feel like me. The wig I'm wearing is Envy Chloe in the color medium brown. Not only am I going to tell you all about this wig, I'm going to share with you why I loved her and why she was one of the wigs that I could wear with confidence early on. I'm also going to share with you some changes that Envy has made to their caps, which I think are fantastic. So if you want to know about any or all of this, stick around. My name is Denise. I'm also known as Hey Wig Sister on Instagram and Facebook. I am so grateful to Name Brand Wigs for sending me Chloe upon my request. I've been thinking about doing a series of reviews on wigs that I loved early in my journey. I've been wearing wigs for a little over 6 years after over 20 years of progressive hair loss. And let me tell you, it was hard in the beginning. I know many of you can relate. I also think many of you watch these videos and think, we're different. These reviewers who are having so much fun with wigs are different than you. And I have to tell you, that's not true at all. I really struggled in the beginning more than I ever thought that I would based on watching reviews. And Chloe was actually one of the first wigs that I wore confidently and just loved her. So in this video, I'm not only going to review her, but I am going to tell you a little bit about why. And hopefully by the end of this video, you will have all the information that you need to make a good decision about whether or not this might be a good one for you as well. If you're only here to see the color segment, because I do talk about this color medium brown, I have that at the very end of the video. I timestamp everything so you can go down to the description box below, click on the number next to color inside, and that will take you straight to that section. I will also put a link to this wig at the Name Brand Wigs website and a coupon code that will save you money on this and all Envy wigs. Let's take a look at this one from all sides. Now this is what is sometimes referred to as a lob, a long bob. It's not a traditional bob style, but I would say that it's just a longer, like a grown out bob, and really similar to how I was attempting to wear my bio hair when I was struggling with hair loss. When I put this wig on my head all those years ago, I just fell in love with her. I think this one is so great for a day when you want your hair to look like you styled it a little bit. I think it's a great work wig. I think it's a great church wig, date night wig. I wore it for all of that and just love it. I do think though that Chloe has a few challenges, so I'm going to talk about those as well, because again, my goal is to help you make a great decision for you, and the things that are challenges for me may not be for you, but at least you'll know about them. The biggest challenge I'm having with this one, and I do recall that I had that with my own, is how densely knotted it is on the very top of this wig. So this does have a mono part, a left going over to the right part, and you really can't see it. I have tried, I've used my wide tooth comb, I've done all my tricks to sort of separate the zigzag part that this came with, and it just doesn't want to really show that part line. Now again, not all of us are going to care about that. I've had thin hair since I was in my early 20s. I'm 53 now, and I always could see a visible part, so I prefer that on my wigs. If you don't though, that is not going to be an issue for you. Another thing that can be a little bit of a challenge is it's a bit of a face flopper, and so I find myself kind of doing this a whole lot, maybe tucking this one behind my ear. I actually have a video where I show you how to pluck a part line and use a clothing steamer to get lift in the front to get rid of the face flopping. This is made with regular synthetic fibers, so you don't want to use any traditional heat tools on it because they will basically melt these fibers. But a clothing steamer is a great tool to help you make your wigs your own, maybe restyle them a little bit. I'll make sure that video is linked below. Even if this wig isn't for you, you may find in the future that you'll come across one that you might need to tweak, and that's a great video to bookmark. So let's talk about this cap a little bit. There's that lace front It's actually a really good lace front. You can see the knots just a little bit. So this is inside the cap. We're actually going to talk about a really awesome change that 𝘕𝑣 has been making to their caps. But let's look at this one first. So we've got ear tab to ear tab lace. That's considered extended lace front. We have soft ear tabs with bendable stays. This does have an extended nape. We've got bra strap adjusters, so you can cinch this in a little bit. We'll talk about fit in a moment, and the rest is open wefted. So let me tell you about that cap upgrade that 𝘕𝑣 has been working on. All of their mono top and mono part wigs, they have started using a double mono. So you can see there's a little bit of a line right here. There is a second layer of material right there. It's called a double mono. That helps with the realism. It also helps make this soft. It's very smooth. This is not rough feeling at all. Extended their lace fronts. That's one upgrade. And they started adding mono or double monos to their mono part and mono top wigs. So those are two great value added upgrades. Now this wig has no traditional Permatease. There is no poofy, pillowy Permatease anywhere on the top. It is actually quite flat to the head. I would consider this to have a more of like a moderate density. It's not a super light density. I was looking for light density early on because, again, with years and years of hair loss, every wig felt wiggy because it was just more hair than I was used to. But I wore Chloe when I had a full face of makeup on and I was going to work or I was going out on date night with my husband. And so for things like that, this felt perfect. Let's talk about fit. I think Chloe runs more average petite than average. It is fitting me like a glove. I have a 21¼ circumference. I do not have to cinch this in at all. I did have a 22-inch circumference when I was wearing Chloe years ago because I've lost a lot of weight and you kind of lose head size. Who knew? But I remember her fitting me fine. So I would say up to a 22-inch circumference. It might be a little snug since it's fitting me so well. I am getting no extra cap up here at all. All of my measurements are in the description box below. I would compare them to yours. If you are very much bigger than me anywhere, I would caution you against this one. I think it's fitting me more like an Ellen Villa wig fits me than a lot of the other 𝘕𝑣 styles out there. So it is absolutely fitting me great. I just really caution you if you can be a little bit bigger everywhere, but I wouldn't be like a ½ an inch or more bigger than me. I think you might struggle with the fit on this one. There is quite a bit of stretch. It's very stretchy. So it's definitely got give, but I was just really surprised how well this fit me when normally average cap wigs are a little big on me. To summarize, before we talk about color, I think Chloe is wonderful. I loved this wig so much. I did have to make some tweaks to her, but that's really the case for most wigs. I think if you're willing to work with your wigs and you're willing to use some of my tip videos as guides, then don't be afraid of a wig like this. Even if you need to give a little face framing in the front, even if you need to pluck the part line or use a clothing steamer to get lift, she is really wonderful. And if you're looking for a wig to wear for date night, for a wedding, to work, that looks like you took a little bit of time to do your hair, but it isn't overly done, this one could be a great one for you. It sure was for me. I loved this color so much in the beginning of my wig wearing journey. Early on, I was looking at dark browns. I have naturally dark brown hair. I was dyeing my hair with box dye, like the darkest brown I could find at the drugstore, because it gave a little grip to my hair and it was so fine that it really helped me. And so I couldn't do highlighted brunettes. I couldn't do lighter browns. It had to be a dark brown. This was one of the first sort of highlighted browns that I could wear. The highlights on this one are so incredibly subtle. We'll look at this color outside too. So I don't want to scare you away if you don't want a highlighted brunette. It's very subtle, but it gives this such a rich dimension. You can see one a little bit right there. It's like, it's almost like that natural dimension that kids have in their hair. That's what this makes me think of. It's rich, it's chocolatey, it's not super dark. Definitely medium brown is a good description. And you want something just fun and dynamic without the blonde highlights. I think medium brown is definitely one to check out. A lot of their wigs come in this color. So if Chloe isn't the wig for you, there might be another one in this color. There will be another one in this color. The question is it for you or not? All right, let's get outside so you can see this outside. I am so glad I could show you guys this kind of full circle from my early days of making videos. And remember, I have a ton of tip videos below. I have a couple of my original videos I made on Chloe, so you can kind of see how I struggled a little bit in the beginning with making videos. But if you have questions, please don't hesitate to ask and share your own experience in the comments. Please like this video if you found it helpful so that YouTube will recommend these videos when people search for wig help. And bookmark this video for the future because, again, there's so many helpful links below that you might want to revisit it sometime. Thanks for watching, and thanks to Name Brand Wigs. Check them out. Details below. See you soon. All right, friends. Here is medium brown. I really like filming these on cloudy days. I just think it gives you such a good look at the color without the glare of the sun. Such a great brown color for any medium brunette who doesn't want a heavily highlighted piece. This is fresh out of the box. I have not done anything at all to her but run my fingers through her. So you're getting to see her fresh out of the box. It's a good one. Thanks for watching. Hey friends, thanks so much for watching. Here are a few videos I think you might enjoy. Go ahead and click on one and watch.